It's That's Lit with me, Shazzy D, and on today's show, I'm going to be speaking with someone I'm very excited to talk to. I'm speaking with producer, curator, and filmmaker Chidiebube Uba.
Hey.
Chidiebube, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
I'm excited because you have done so much to support the local arts and culture scene here in Sydney.
I try.
But I want to take it back to the start and find out what is it that got you into becoming a producer?
I had always wanted to be an artist. I think that was always the goal for me, or at least be in the arts, right? And I started off as an actor. I was in theater, loved drama at school, but I think I was still kind of unsure, I guess, where I fit within like the Australian arts landscape in a way. And I think I was just like really fortunate enough to be working at a youth theater and doing like some ensemble work at a youth theater while I was at uni doing my undergrad. And there I met an amazing producer, Amanda, who kind of spoke to me about her journey to becoming a producer. And she also wanted to be an actor as well, but kind of pivoted partway through her degree as well. And I think that kind of set something off for me about producing as an opportunity that I could kind of pursue. And I think also like just conversations with some of my friends who were actually like doing acting for real. Like they were at NIDA, some of them had just finished at WAPA. And they were really like seriously pursuing acting, but for them, especially as POC, they couldn't find scripts or stories that were being produced in Australia that they could, I guess, really like truly embody, right? And a lot of them had turned to writing, but also thinking about, not all of those stories get advocated for here in Australia. And so I think I took that as a cue, amongst a lot of other kind of live happenings, as a cue that, maybe this is something that, this is a gap that I can fill. And so started pursuing it. I ended up doing my master's in producing, just to kind of like solidify myself, solidify my creative voice, and yeah, just take my creative practice a lot more seriously.
Incredible. So you have done so much in the producing sphere, but I want to talk about.
I'm still a baby.
Look. You're doing well. You're doing well.
Thank you.
And I just want to talk specifically about screen producing because
Yep.
sometimes when someone's like, okay, you're a producer, someone would be like, what exactly does that?
Some people think it's music.
Yes!
Like, no.
Yes!
I love music, but I'm not.
Not a music
Yeah.
producer.
I don't have those technical skills.
Yes. You could. I mean, if you wanted to.
I mean, I could try. Nothing's impossible.
Yes.
Yeah.
But this is not that.
Yeah.
This is producing.
Yeah.
So yeah, can you give us just a bit of a description of what a producer does?
Oh, it is a lot. It's a skill. And I'm still learning a lot about it. As I said, I'm still a baby producer, but with producing, especially for film, like you are in a way kind of like sometimes I like to think of it as kind of like a surrogate kind of position, or even like you're adopting this child and you have to ensure that you keep it alive and it does really, really well. So with screen producing specifically, you're the advocate for the story. Like you're advocating for the story, not just the story as well, but for the people who are on your team. You're building the team around the story, around the project. You're budgeting for it. So you're finding the money. You're building partnerships with people who have money. You're doing the funding applications. You're fundraising, and you're also looking after the contracts and ensuring that you're getting the right people for the film. You're supporting the director. You're supporting all the heads of department to ensure that they're also, like, if it's a bigger work, which bigger works generally mean bigger teams, you're looking, or bigger budgets mean bigger teams. You're looking after like the head of department who's also, you're supporting them so that they can find the skilled people that can also support them in their role and bring this beast together. You're advocating for the film in so many different ways. You're ensuring that it has a life, and you're the one who's taking it out into the world as well. On behalf of the entire team, you're you know, the communicator between the executives, if you're working with executives, and your team, and you're the one who's putting out all the fires, and yeah, so like there's a lot in that role.
You wear many hats, but it's
Many
with the
hats.
one giant hat.
Yes, yes. But yeah, it's great.
And so you studied at Afters.
Hmm.
That's where you did your master's, is
Hmm.
that right? Yes. So what was that experience like?
It was interesting. It was interesting. I think if I was ever to do it again, I would, but I would do it a little bit differently.
Okay.
Um, I think when it comes to a lot of institutions like Afters, the kind of prevailing methodology when it comes to kind of teaching and learning about specific topics, it's from like a very Western European lens, which of course the kind of society we live in,
Yes.
with the ideologies that kind of exist, it's hard to escape that. And of course we're still, although like I still see us as kind of like global majorities, like within these spaces we are the minorities.
Yeah.
And so our stories, our way of learning, our creative practices that are born from our culture and traditions aren't known in these spaces. And so I think if I was ever to do it again, I would stand firm on who I am and what I know and what I can bring from my traditions, from my practices, my cultural practices into these spaces. I think that um, I kind of let it get overshadowed, like who I truly am, get overshadowed by these really strict.
Like a way of doing things, like the way the
Yeah,
practices, this is how we do
this
things.
is how we do things, and like this is how we traditionally make films, and
There's no necessarily that room to
the
be
wiggle
like,
room isn't quite
here's my idea,
there.
and it could be completely different
But
from.
even I think it's just like really like, especially when it comes to producing, it's the practice of producing is like you're advocating for a story that means something to you, right? And so for me, I made it a mission to not have any white actors in any of my films. Um, and for me, it was important because not that I didn't want to, because of course, like I don't want to be that person, but I got white friends. But like it's not about it wasn't about that. It was because the justification for me was that when else will I have, like, why don't I make that opportunity for myself now and for my people who are wanting to like tell their stories and be a part of these stories that are like told by us and made by us, um, like especially in a safe space under the university. Like the risks are there, but like we've got a safety blanket under us. If I was to experiment, if I had any time to experiment, it'll be now.
Yeah, yeah.
So I made it a mission to only tell stories that were, yeah, about us, and stories that we wanted to see, stories that we desperately wanted to be a part of and also tell.
Amazing. And look, to be very fair, it would be really hard. And, you know,
It was take my my capstone film, which is the final film that I made during my master's. I think it was such a beautifully written script by another Nigerian student in my year, the brilliant Zaiti. She had written this amazing script that deserved so much time and so much care. And I feel like I couldn't give that to her because of the restrictions that we had as producers, as directors within I guess the rules and regulations and policies and whatever, and time restraints and things like that that the university gave us. And so those practices that we were kind of operating under, I think, did my team an injustice, my crew an injustice, and also my actors who it was so the film was about a Nigerian wedding, and so it included like all the noise and dress and like just loudness that comes with preparing for a Nigerian wedding. And
Yeah.
most of my actors were non-actors, and so like if I was to do my time again, I would push for more time for them. I would push for more time for my crew to prepare with them. I would push for more shooting days, for example, because I think that, like the care that it takes to prepare our hair, to get
Yes.
like, I don't know if you've ever tied a gilly before, but
I have
it's
not.
not a 5-minute job.
Ooh, ooh,
And we
ooh.
had to tie 4 gillies,
Whoa.
4 gillies in, we literally had maybe like an hour, and that just was not it. I remember
Oh.
the last time, I think the longest time, or actually no, the quickest time it's taken me to tie a gilly for a wedding
Mm.
was maybe like 45 minutes, and that's the quickest,
And you had to
you
do what,
know?
3, 4?
And we had to do like 3 or 4 within an hour, which is crazy to me. And so, but the thing is, like, these people don't understand that. And so I think that I could have done a better job at, although like I did try to advocate for my people, for my team, for my crew and my cast. I think I could have been a bit more headstrong, a bit more stubborn about it, Um, yeah, like I think that's one thing that I would that I would embody, a bit more stubbornness, because it's stubbornness for a good cause. Do you get what
Yeah,
I mean?
yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes, yes. I guess it's a learning for, now,
Yeah,
it's like,
absolutely.
yeah, because then I couldn't quite do it this way, but now I
Yeah,
actually can
I can.
advocate and
Yeah,
get,
yeah, yeah. So I'm just hoping that the work, like yeah, just trusting that the work that I do, that I am, yeah, a bit more stubborn and
yeah,
more like a stubborn advocate,
yeah.
for those stories and for the people that I'm working with.
Incredible. That's a
Yeah.
really good learning from,
Yeah.
coming out on the other side of your
Yeah.
masters.
Yes. Yes. We made it.
Now, can we actually talk about some of the work that you've done, so, that you have produced?
Yes. Yes.
I was particularly excited to learn that you directed the music video for the song Venice
I
by
did.
Devaura.
Yes.
How did that come about?
Funnily enough, she was one of the actors in my capstone. Yeah,
No.
so we'd met through friends a couple of years prior, doing another shoot campaign for one of our friends' businesses, and absolutely fell in love with her. And I remember at that particular campaign shoot, I told her, and this was before I went to afters, I told her, like, you should become an actor. You're brilliant. Like, you have such a, and it's like, aside from the personality, like, she just embodies like what I believe like an artist, like someone who is passionate and someone who's expressive. Um, and so when it came time to shooting my capstone film, I called her up. I was like, look, I'm looking for actors. And she was like, yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
And she was brilliant. Loved her. And it was while we were editing my capstone film, I brought her and my sister, who was also an actor in the film too, to do ADR, which is just recording the voices, re-recording voices and sound for the film. And her and my sister were talking about a song that she'd sent my sister to listen to, and I was like, "Oh, tell me about
Yeah.
what's going on." And I think it was for the song Venice. Like, she'd sent it to my sister to listen to, and they'd been like messaging about it, and I was like, "Girl, if you need a music video, call me." And she did, which is amazing. Like, I didn't like, I was like, no pressure though. But yeah,
Awesome.
and so like I think once I finished uni, that's when we started talking about it a little bit more, and we started planning it. And yeah, it was a brilliant, like, it was like the first music video I'd ever directed and produced. And yeah, I'm so grateful that like she just trusted me with her first baby, like her first ever music video. It was crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, but loved it.
That's so cool. And I mean, seeing her now, like, she's just killing it. And I always see, like,
Killing
her videos
it.
saying, hey, come to my show,
Yeah,
guys.
yeah,
I'm like,
yeah,
ah!
yeah. No, yeah, she's my baby sis.
Oh,
Love her.
I love
Yeah.
that. You have also produced some short films,
Yes.
okay? Spiders on My Lash Line
Mhm.
and This Town Talks.
Mhm.
Is there a different mindset that you have to kind of get into to work on a short film versus a music video? Or is it the same?
Yeah, I think, I mean, in principle, it kind of is the same in terms of like the process that you take. Sometimes not. I feel like even every film is different, just as every music video. Like in terms of the process of making is different. But I think the mindset, I think for me anyway, the mindset shift is that with short films, like you're looking at narrative, you're looking at character and how you present that to the audience, right? And I like to look at my my music videos the same way, actually, because I love, like, you remember, like, back in the day when they used to make music videos that actually told a story?
Oh, man, yes.
Loved it. Like,
Yes.
I do love these abstract, somewhat, like, surreal kind of music videos that are produced nowadays. However, I do love a music video that has, like, a
beginning,
story.
middle, end.
Yeah, it has, like, a bit of a through line and a thematic kind of going through it. But yeah, I think generally, like, yeah, with short films, you are thinking about character narrative, and then with music videos, it's about emotion, the emotion, the vibe that kind of comes out of like the rhythm, and how does it make you feel? Yeah, so yeah, music videos are a bit more rhythmic, but I think that both thought processes can be interchangeable because there are really some beautiful films that that also kind of like felt and built with rhythm as well within it, and can produce something like really beautifully paced based on that too. So like, yeah, you can kind of think of those thought processes as separate, but I think something really magical can happen when you kind of cross-pollinate those like thought processes. Yeah.
Ooh, and here I am thinking, oh, you just gotta edit on the beat.
No, but sometimes, because actually with Devaura's music video, like as soon as I heard it, there was, and we'd be talking about, because again, I approached it based on character and story, but I was like, no, these beats also, like, I can just imagine the choreography where we're like cutting between you and this character, and it's just like, and so that's also how like the choreography was made as well. So I worked with Lucky Lardy, and we both choreographed.
Oh, yes, I know Lucky. He's great.
He's amazing. So I worked with Lucky, and we both worked together to choreograph this piece. Yeah, we choreographed the dance sequence in the middle of the song together. And because like in my head I was like, I can picture like with these beats how it's cut, and yeah, and that's kind of, I think that was literally what I started with, and then we built the world around it as well. Yeah.
Awesome. Now, you have also produced a variety of arts and culture events,
Yes.
okay, such as Cul-de-sac, 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 which was an art exhibition in Parramatta celebrating hip-hop's 50th anniversary, and just recently, the Foundation First and exclusive hair and makeup essentials workshop. Can you take us through your kind of process for putting these kind of events on?
I think the processes can be varied. So, for example, with cul-de-sac, Fungi actually approached me about a year and a half prior to the. Actually, it was like 2 years prior to the exhibition, actually. Yeah, I would say 2 years, because he had seen some of the stuff that we did for the Multiply the Good Gratitude Journal launch from Henrietta's brand. And at the same time, he'd also kind of curated a little exhibition for him, like with artists that he was really admiring within the African community here in Australia. And somebody that he'd been speaking to about, kind of building a bigger exhibition out of that is like kind of like, I think they were looking at that, he was looking at that as kind of a pilot. Somebody had told him to reach out to me, and so like we ended up grabbing a coffee, and yeah, just kind of built this exhibition out across like a year and a half, basically, to 2 years. Whereas like with the Foundation First, like I was really blessed to have been working with Ace at the time on like a short contract, and I think one amazing thing about working at a very grassroots community arts organization is that like you can kind of just like pitch, like like I think I was just having a conversation with one of my colleagues about a makeup course that she did at NIDA. And she loved it. And I was like, yeah, like, I just wish we had something like that here in Western Sydney where it was, like, free. Because, like, these courses are expensive, And so just thinking about, like, the young people who can't afford to get into the to attend these courses, or even like people who are makeup artists but don't actually know about, you know, how to, like,
Services, how do you
yeah,
do this kind of technique? How do you do for
yeah,
maybe someone of a
for a
different
darker
skin
skin
tone?
tone. Yeah, like there are makeup artists that exist who don't have that skill set yet, and there are also makeup artists who are just starting out. They don't know how to get their foot in the door, and also we need a lot of, like, you know, highly skilled makeup artists in
Yes.
the film industry.
Yes.
And so, based on that conversation that I had with my colleague at the time at ACE, we were like, why don't we just pitch this idea? And we did, and at a staff meeting. And they're like, look, this funding application's coming up for City of Parramatta. If you guys can get it, you can do it. And so we did.
Wow.
Yeah, and so, like, yeah, I just love being able to, yeah, just be given that space, that opportunity to dream big, and also just test ideas and see if they come, like, if you know, if they're worth, you know, developing
Yeah.
further. And yeah, ACE has just been such an incredible space to support
Yeah.
those ideas.
Yeah, they do a lot. They
So
run
much.
so many things.
So much. Give them
So-
more money.
Right.
So they can do more.
Yes. So you mentioned Henrietta before, Henrietta
Yes.
Amavor.
Yes,
Name right?
yes.
Yes. Can you tell us about the Good Gratitude Journal, about your help, like your work with her on that?
Again, another one of my baby sisses. She was building the Good Gratitude Journal for years. Like, she put her heart and her soul into this project, into this brand. And I just remember, like, I think it was just before she graduated uni, or maybe sometime after, but um, I hadn't seen her in a minute because she'd moved to Melbourne and
Oh.
abandoned us. But while she was in town, we caught up, and she told me about the Good Gratitude Journal, and I got so excited. I was like, oh my God, like this, like there are so many like opportunities, like you can tap into this space and this space and this space, and wouldn't it be amazing if you did this workshop and this, and like talk to this person and listen to this podcast. And like, I think like based on that conversation over dinner, she was like, I think there's something here. Like, let's chat. And so a few weeks later, we sat down online, and we had a chat about what like I guess like a launch could look like. And she then built a team around her. So it was myself, Catherine Madziva,
She's
and
lovely.
Gabby. Yeah. And Gabriella. And yeah, she was like, I just need help to like pull this launch together. And so the four of us worked to produce this launch, which was such a beautiful night. Like, I will never forget it. I felt so emotional afterwards, and I think like we kind of just stood in this space for a moment. I remember like we prayed, and then we stood in this space. We're like, this is good. This is gonna be good. I feel like this is gonna be really, really good. And yeah, we've been doing an event every year ever since. And yeah, came together, and I think we've just been like, I think Henrietta just knows how to surround herself with people who are just such strong supporters. She's got such a great community behind her, and I think even like a lot of the work that I do as a producer isn't possible without that kind of community support, because things are expensive as well, and you need like people power. You need, yeah, you can't, like, especially at the level that we're at, we can't afford to pay everyone and the things we wish we could, and one day we will. One day we will.
God willing.
Yes, we'll get to that place. But for now, just to have the kind of community that's surrounded by Henrietta, the kind of community that's surrounded by a lot of the people that I work with, like Devaura, who just kind of just come together knowing that I'm here to support you, is just such a beautiful thing to see.
You just know what it is that someone needs. I think that's your gift.
No, I think yes, but I think that I'm like I think Catherine Madziva actually we did like a girls trip a few months back, and this topic of like a destiny helper kind of came up. And it's interesting because the thing is, like, I can't be everybody's destiny helper, you know, but I think that again, like from my very like Christian belief, is that, you know, God places me in the lives of people that I'm supposed to be there for. And so I never question, or I never second guess like wanting to help someone, because I'm like, I'm here for a reason. Like, why am I going to waste my time just like standing around and being dead space or dead weight in someone's life? Like, I just can't, like, it just doesn't sit right with me. Like, I can't do that. And so I think, like, with everybody that's in my life, and, or not even everyone that's in my life, but like everyone's life that I am so blessed to be a part of, I'm like, I'm here for a reason. I'm going to do whatever I can to like fulfill whatever it is that I'm supposed to fulfill in this time.
That's so inspiring.
No, I love my people. I love my people so much. Yeah, because I know that a lot of them will do the same for me, you know, and a lot of them have. And the reality is, like, we can't actively help everyone, but I think that we can always point someone in the right direction.
Yeah.
So even though I can't give you money, even though I can't give you my time, I don't have the resources, the specific resources that you need to achieve whatever you have. I take pride in knowing that maybe I might know someone that can help you, or maybe like let me just hold your hands through this. Even like, I'm here to just listen. Even if that's all I can do, I just hope that that's something that can get you through.
Having a listening ear really can help someone.
Truly,
like,
truly,
that can work wonders.
Yeah,
in
it's
a
so
way.
underestimated.
Yeah, that's so awesome.
Yeah.
How do you feel? I feel like you've already answered this question just now, but how do you feel when you see people coming and participating in the events that you help set up, you know, after a conversation you've had, then it comes to life?
Yeah.
How does it feel?
It feels amazing, because it's like, we did that. But just to be able to like see people smile, because life is hard.
Oh yeah.
Life is a drag. And so whatever joy we can create for people's lives, I feel like that's why we're here, right? Like, we're here to make people's lives easier, or to make people's lives feel lighter. And so even if it means that you've just come to a space, you've met one new person, you've eaten some really good food, like, and that just brightens up your day, your week, your month, your year, and it, like, that joy is able to like push you through those difficult times. Yes. If it means that like this one event is what you're looking forward to most all year, just so that you can feel that joy again, so you can feel that full heart again, then yes, like, of course I'll keep doing this. It's so great because I try to like drag my baby brother to things, and he rarely goes out. I mean, he's a teenager, so it's a bit tricky. But I took him out yesterday to a fundraiser event, gathering, feast, and we walked out. While we were walking out, his first comment was, "Everyone was so happy." And it's just nice to see people like laugh and smile. Like, that was a good event. Thanks for bringing me along. And I was like, yes. Oh, that made me so emotional.
Success.
It's I think I'm gonna cry.
Oh.
Living through, like, I know we've been through our time of like being teenagers and like seeing how scary the world is. I can only imagine how he's feeling about it, going through the HSC, like getting his first job and going through that, and to be able to just like go to an event and be like, I felt joy. And I felt joy also because I saw other people experience joy.
Yeah.
Like, yes, that's like, if that's not why I do what I do, then I don't know what is.
What tips would you give to somebody who's looking to become a producer? So whether that's on screen or whether that's events, just some top tips.
I would say, like, one, find your people, because like, especially for, I mean, I think for film and for events, you'll find that for films, for example, you'll see, like Adam Sandler, for example, is like a really good example of this, where you'll see a lot of his films have the same actors.
Yeah.
They're produced by like similar people. He's found his people who understand his humor, and it's kind of like, it just kind of feels like they're just friends coming together to make this film. So find that, like, find your people, find your tribe, and find them early, because what tends to happen as well is that, of course, people become unavailable. Like, there's so many projects happening, people will become unavailable, and you need to be able to have people that you trust their recommendation as well. So if you can't have this makeup artist, or you can't have this production designer, you need to be able to trust that they're never going to lead you astray, and like offer a suggestion of a replacement for them that is going to let you down, you know. So find the people, your tribe, the people that you trust early. And also be a people person, like be emotionally intelligent, like grow, like work on your emotional intelligence, because people are going through things, and set life is hard, event life is hard. And so you want to be able to work with people, you want to be able to, you know, communicate with people and work with people amicably, right? And it starts with you. I think the way that, like, I think especially as a producer, like, you create the culture on set, you create the culture in the event space, and so whatever you tolerate is what's going to be, it's what's going to become the culture of the space. And so you need to be able to like rein that in and control it by, you know, yeah, of course, managing your emotional intelligence, and also just like working with people that, you know, are just good vibes.
Yes, yes,
You
because if you're
know?
going to be spending a lot of time with someone doing something
Yes.
that's, you know, lengthy, you
Exactly.
want to
And
have
sometimes, yeah, you
good
want to have
rapport.
that, you want to have that good rapport. And I think as well, like, films take time to make. So you're going to be, and you as the producer, you're going to be on this project most of the time from beginning to end. So you really want to make sure that you are, yeah, like you have the ability to maneuver difficult conversations
Yes.
as well. Yeah, and of course, I think like a lot of like the business skills are really important too. Like learn how to read a contract, learn how to write a contract, learn how to um, pull together a schedule, be organized, because you're going to be battling with, you know, unavailabilities here and there and everyone's schedule. You're going to need to learn how to negotiate. That's something that I'm still learning myself. But all these like hard business skills are also super, super handy. And of course, you don't have to love it. Like, God, contracts, I will pull my hair out. Oh, when I tell you about some of the contracts that I've been through,
Painful.
painful. Especially like when you're working, like, 'cause I think when I'm like freelancing and I'm doing my own thing, like it's quite simple. Like I'm just like, okay, I've got my own contract template, and I can like just pay a lawyer to kind of like go over it, whatever. But like when you're working for like a bigger organization, like they're very strict. Like you need to know how to navigate that. You can't half-ass your way through it, and learn how to look after yourself.
Oh, that's a good one.
Learn, because this job is hard. Unpopular opinion: work-life balance does not exist.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I hear it. I mean, yeah.
Work-life balance is not a thing, because I think that, well, the thing is, you create your own, whatever balance looks like for you. Like this kind of blanket work-life balance
Like
doesn't,
50-50.
it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. And so whatever work-life balance looks like to you, create that, be content with it, and just keep it pushing. Because like, I was literally talking to my partner about this this morning.
Wow, so soon.
Yeah, so soon. Because, you know, like, I mean, he's an engineer, so he doesn't, like, he's like, work is work, home is home, and that's it. Let's
It's
keep it
separate.
very separate. For me, it's like, I've got my contract jobs where like I'm contracted to work these hours, to work these days, but then I also have other work that needs to be done as well. So I have to use my after hours, my 5 to 9, so to
Yeah.
speak, to
Get that done.
get that done and progress, right? And so for me, that's a life I'm okay with. Um, it's not easy. I don't always love it.
As with any job, let's just
As
be
with,
honest.
let's
Like,
be
you can really love your
honest.
job, but there's some aspects where it's like,
Absolutely. And you have to love your way through the hateful days as
yeah.
well. Like the days where like you have to like put out fires
Mm.
and you just can't seem to like think your way through it. And that's also why I say make sure you know and learn how to look after yourself, because you need to find those things that can soothe you in those triggering moments. You need to have, because you will have like a lot of triggering conversations as well. Um, so you need to be able to know how to self-soothe. You need to know how to look after yourself after those long periods and long stretches of work are done. Because for me, I like to go for a massage.
Oh, nice.
I like to have like a bit of a spa day.
Yes.
And I always love to have like a holiday, like a little, like even if it's like a one day out of town,
Yes.
like a weekend like in the Hunter
little
Valley,
trip, yes.
like a little road trip.
Yeah.
Just
to get away.
Just to get away, just have something to look forward to as well.
Yeah.
I say, even if that something to look forward to is just like a dinner party with your friends.
Yeah.
And another thing is have a community around you, because I can never, you can never underestimate the power that a community, like how much support, like how powerful the support of a community can be, I should say. Learn how to delegate.
Yes.
That is something that I'm still learning. My boss,
Oh.
my boss at my day job is like, most of the time she's just like, you need to delegate. You need to delegate. So learning how to delegate, knowing that you cannot do, like, sure, you can do it all, but you don't have to.
You're not every woman.
You're
It's not all in you.
Precisely, it's not, and it doesn't have to be. And I think the last thing I would say that just came to me was also find a mentor.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Find a mentor, because mentorship, I think, and in different areas of your life as well, mentorship for me, to be able to have 2 to 3 mentors that I can go to when I'm stuck on a problem that I just need a strategy to find a way through. And also, like, some of my, like, also peers can be mentors too. Like, I think a lot of my peers, I've been very fortunate to have super supportive peers within my workplaces who we'll just go for a walk during our lunch break, and I'll be like, oh my God, like, I'm stuck on this thing that I just can't figure out a way through. And like, they're like, oh, like, why don't you, like, have you thought about doing this? Or, oh, I know this person that you can contact that can help you with this. And that, like community and mentorship coming together to really, like, is kind of like your way through anything and everything, I truly believe. Yes.
Amazing. So many wonderful tips. Thank you so
I'm
much.
glad.
Chidiebube, it has been, oh my gosh, a pleasure
It's been
talking
amazing.
to you.
No, thank you for having me.
You're welcome, and please keep up the good work. I'm excited to see what more you have in store in the future.
Thank you. And I'm also really looking forward to seeing more people becoming producers. Like, we need help.
We need help? Okay, you
Yeah,
heard it.
yeah.
If you're thinking of becoming a producer,
Do it.
do it. Thanks again, Chidiebube.
No worries, thank you.
And thank you for tuning in to another episode of That's Lit. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure you give it a like, share it with your friends, leave me a comment, and I will catch you in the next episode.